Welcome back to another daily devotional. Today we are day 2 of Savage Warrior, called to be rugged and righteous. I would say I am neither of those things, but I'd like to change it. So 1 Corinthians 6, starting at 18, flee from sexual immorality. All other sins a person commits are outside the body, but whoever sins sexually sins against their own body. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies. That is a huge part of what this whole channel is about. And I'm going to start, because my baby is coming soon. Maybe by the time this video gets posted, I will have a third newborn. But I'm thinking I might do my fitness thing based around like getting fitness in with a bunch of tiny children, because I will have 3 children that are 3 and under, and so it'll be chaos, but it'll be so much fun. I'll love it all. I know it. But honoring God with our bodies, right, and our lives, kind of what this whole YouTube channel is going to be about. So Romans 12, verse 1, therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Giving our bodies to God, or for the path of God. I mean, right there, Romans 12, verse 1. 1 Corinthians 9, starting at verse 27, no, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize. I do feel like that verse is a little taken out of context. I say that I think reading the other verses around 1 Corinthians 9, verse 27 would be beneficial. Anyways, day 2 here. Yesterday was Exhibit A. Today is the body. So we are 3-part beings, created with a body, soul, and spirit. Our bodies are designated as the temple of the Holy Spirit, of which we are to be good stewards. Yes, we need to be taking care of our bodies. We need to be on top of what we're putting in our body, what we're doing with our body, and to make sure that it is a useful body, right? So many Christian men are buttoned up in most areas and seem to have their house in order. I'm just kind of rereading that because I don't know if that's really true. But maybe from this person's perspective, with the exception of their physical bodies. The body compartment labeled physical strength, capability, and fitness of our segmented lives is often overlooked. Savage warriors aren't physically flaccid or weak. Protecting and providing for our families, as well as for others who are less capable, requires our commitment and dedication to maintaining optimal physical health and competency. When we think of a strong physical stature in the Bible, most often our initial reference is Samson. That's who I think of 100% all the time. Also like King David, right? We know he was able to break free from the bondage Delilah administered with the string of cords of multiple occasions. He also destroyed the support pillars of the house of the Philistines with his bare hands, killing himself and everyone inside. There is something about developing and sustaining strength in our physical bodies that is noble, honorable, and necessary. I know from my experience, the experience of training other people, as you become stronger and more fit, you start to care more about what else is going on in your life. You're just more cognizant about your own body. Just started. If you haven't started on that path yet, just getting started on it, staying consistent for, just a little while. A lot of workout programs are only like 4 to 8 weeks long. Be consistent for those, 6 weeks or so. See how much your body changes. And it is tough to see change from day to day. because your body's adapting each of those days. But when you get to the end of a program and you reflect on where you started, you're just like, whoa, I actually have made a lot of progress. Even if you don't feel like you have, you really have. So not only are we called to cultivate physical resilience, but we are also responsible for maintaining purity and dominion as an act of worship. Purity requires abstinence from the defilement of our bodies in the form of lusts of the flesh. Ugh, dude, our sinful human flesh. I know I don't really have an issue with purity personally, but I know that is a huge issue for a lot of people. And I do have, sometimes I have wayward thoughts. Feel like I've been pretty good at capturing those thoughts and giving them to the Lord and not thinking about it, but it happens. So our role as warriors requires consideration of the spiritual implications attached to our physical sin and immorality. Warriors also understand that obedience and discipline are essential to stability and consistency. Resisting temptation and denying fleshly desires outside of the marriage covenant is a crucial component of the savage warrior's orders and directives. I don't have a whole lot to add to that end part. But I do want to kind of circle back around to a statement made earlier. Many Christian men are buttoned up in most areas and seem to have their house in order, with the exception of their physical bodies. That I do feel, as a general population, way too many of us are in that realm of we don't have control over our physical bodies. Like, we don't have it reined in. We're not taking care of it. And I'm not saying that as in a statement of like people are obese. I'm just doing that in a statement as like people aren't as strong as we should be physically and mentally, and we don't have the capability to do things with our bodies that we should be able to do. But that's just taking the first step of getting started down the path, because you don't have to be good at it right away. I'm not good at this, but I'm going to get better the more and more I do this, right? So that's all I can say is once you start the path, just be consistent, get it done. But otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one.